Hello guys, welcome back to SWS Boxing, and today I'm delighted to get back on the channel, Harley Collison. It's been a bit of a while, but it's good to get him back on. He's back out next week, next weekend at the Oakwell football ground, Barnsley's football stadium against undefeated prospecting Red Johnson, who's 8-0 over 6 rounds. And how we doing today, Harley?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm very well now. I finally managed to secure myself a fight.
Yeah, I
It's
mean, it's a good fight. I mean, we'll briefly come over your last fight, which I thought was an absolute cracking fight between you and Keeman Ajarko. It was an 8 rounder at your call on a top tier show. I mean, it was sort of, when I interviewed you after the Morgan Selamutu fight, the rematch, you said that you really wanted bigger and better fights, and that is what you got with Ajarko. What a fight that was. Talk about that fight.
yeah. So at the start of the year, um, the aim was to get 3 fights before June. And to be honest, the only fight I got offered was the Ajarko fight. So it took me not even 5 minutes to seal the deal on that. And then I was, knuckled down straight into training for it. And yeah, it was obviously an ambitious task, and he's highly ranked, and it was all kind of stacked against me, but it was perfect for me. The only thing, was the weight, super welterweight, very difficult for me to make. I don't think I'll be in a rush to try and do that one again. But what it did was it pushed me onto a level that I never even thought I would get to that level of fitness. In the gym, I was sparring 12 rounds, 3 different opponents. It was a long camp. I really pushed and done everything I could have.
It was a good
I
performance
think
from yourself.
yeah, it was. Although looking back, if I was to criticise, I would have give it more in the first 4 rounds.
You started a bit slow,
I
would you
think I was
say?
expecting more from him, to be honest. I wanted to feel it out, and I didn't want to, get caught early, sort of thing. But I can't have regrets. What happened happened. But I do think that it would have, it would have been even closer had I have gone, my normal style from the get go. But there's lots I learned from that fight, and I was kind of hoping to be straight back into another one. So I went straight back into camp. But I've just been getting messed around actually for the last 2 months. I've trained for about 3 different fights, all at different weights.
Oh, have you had
All on.
fights pull through then?
Well, yeah, I've had some big. I won't mention names, but like the promotions of all the top promotions, and my name's been thrown about with them all. And like I say, I've been training for a few different fights, and kind of being the well, if I'm honest, their last minute they've fallen through and they've chosen easier opponents. That's how I see it. And it's been a bit gutting, frustrating. My was up in June, my medical, so I needed 3 fights to warrant obviously renewing that to earn a bit of money. And with only 1 fight to my name in 6 months, it's kind of stressful. But all of a sudden, when I thought it was all over, I got a call to save the day to fight on this massive show against Red Johnson, like you said. And it's a little bit heavier than what I would have liked. But, as you know, I'll take any fight, and I'm really looking forward to this one. So, yeah, good.
Yeah, I mean, just with the Ajarko fight, I mean, you did get put down in the fifth round. You seemed a bit annoyed with yourself when you went down. Were you annoyed with yourself?
Yeah, it was a soft knockdown. It was more, I think I was switching stances, just caught me off balance. It wasn't like I was, buzzed as such. It was a well timed shot from himself whilst I was switching. And yeah, like I kind of pride myself in having, a good chin, and I haven't really ever had to take a knee at any point, sparring or in my fight. So I was a bit frustrated that I got caught on
I
that
mean,
one, but
you
it is
showed a
what it
good
is.
chin for the rest, for most of the fight up until the one shot where he just timed it perfectly. You showed a good chin and good heart in that fight against I believe Jarko beat Ryan Kelly, which was I believe it was a British title eliminator. So he's in line for maybe a shot at the British soon.
Yeah, that's
And
it.
you held your own against him.
He was ranked. I think he's ranked number 4 by the WBA in the world now, and he was
Yeah.
number 6 when I fought him. And there's lots of positives, even though it's a loss. There's lots of positives. There was moments in that fight where I was in control and I had him on the back foot. And
You
I
had
do
good
think,
moments in the fight.
yeah, I think if it was at middleweight, I think I could have maybe taken it a little bit closer, But like I say, I think I was expecting more from him. He, I'm not saying I could have won the fight. We are different levels. I feel, I definitely respect his ability and what he's achieved. But yeah, I do think if it was at middleweight and a few other things went my way, yeah, it could have been even closer. And it was like I say, I didn't come out of that fight feeling like a loss. It was
I
I
think
wasn't
they only
supposed to win.
gave you one round. I felt like you at least had maybe two or one share round. Do you believe that as well? A bit harsh to give you just the one round?
I think, yes, I think I towards there was definitely 2 rounds. I feel like was in like control as, or like at least you
Nick.
know, kind of more positive rounds. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not looking into it too much. Like I say, I wasn't supposed to win. I was just there to put on a good show and try and create some more opportunities for myself.
And that's
Um,
what you've got now. You've got another big opportunity on another big platform in well, Sky Sports Boxer. You're against Red Johnson, 8-0 prospect. Another big fight for yourself, and this is what you want.
yeah, do you know what? Like after the last couple of months, like getting messed around by all these other promotions for these, I had some wicked fights lined up, like really good, high level, but I felt it was like 50-50. Um, so yeah, there's been a lot of frustration. So now I just can't wait to get in there, and you're going to see absolute mayhem from me on June 7th, and it's on a big stadium show. I don't know. I think I've seen that there's like 15,000 people there or something.
Yeah,
So
it's because Callum Simpson, who's headlining, he's from Barnsley, and that's why it's at the football ground. But it's quite cool that you're fighting in a big stadium, 15,000 odds, football
yeah,
stadium, first stadium fight for yourself as well, live on Sky.
live on Sky. I do feel like although some things haven't gone my way in this journey, I'm still like in a good position where like I've ticked off some good venues. Like I've been on the Zone. I'm now going to be on Sky Sports. I'm now doing a stadium show. Like I feel like I am getting rewarded for the risks I take, although it doesn't come without a lot of stress and it's been taking a lot of willpower to carry on because one minute I suppose that is boxing. One minute you're up there, the next minute it seems all done and it's a serious mind game. But now with this fight secured, it's kind of turning into good like a good run. So like I say, I'm buzzing to just get out there and I'm really going to give it everything. I'm not going to leave no regrets. Like with the Jarko fights, I felt like I could have pushed it a bit more in the first 4 rounds. In the looking back at it, but trust me when I say I'm going to go mental from the first from the first round. So yeah, it's going to be a good one, I think, to watch.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. I mean, when I saw this, because I check box rec most days on who's fighting who, like, say there's a prospect on a Sky show and they don't have an opponent, I'm constantly checking box rec to see. And then because I saw Red Johnson was meant to be fighting somebody else. Is this it is a short notice fight, isn't it, this one for you?
Yeah, it's short notice and it's still not announced through like boxer promotions. So, with everything that's gone on in the last couple of months, it's still in the back of my mind, whether it's going to go ahead or not. But and I've been told not to announce it until they announce it. But what can I do? It's a week out now. Like,
Yeah.
so that's just kind of the games that people play against me, like being the B player. So I'm believe me, I'm ready. So hopefully it all goes well, and I'll be making a statement on that show.
I'm sure you will, mate. You'll be bang up. You're bang. You seem bang up for it. You seem ready for it. I mean, with the late notice, how do you prepare for a sort of fight? And has he been on your radar, this opponent, or not really?
Well, I've been at middle, like obviously the last fight was super welter, and then middleweight has been my target weight, to try and get fights, but no one wants to know. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm falling into a funny category now where like people want like similar records to myself on a small hall show aren't going to take the risk against me. And I'm not a player. I can't sell tickets. Like, it's just not doable for me. So I've kind of just got to take these fights on against people that, are highly backed and, like good records and, just be the underdog and just keep fighting, for the credit. And yeah, like I say, I just hope that this goes ahead. And of course, I'm ready. I've been staying ready. I've been in camp for 6 months now, basically.
Mm.
Like like I say, I was straight in camp, back in camp after the Ajarko fight, and yeah, I just need to be rewarded for my efforts in terms of getting fights now. Like so, fingers crossed it goes ahead, and everyone, I'll get to put on a show for everyone.
I'm sure it will go ahead because I think that Red Johnson does quite well with his tickets as well. So yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sure it will go ahead. I mean, it's on box rec and stuff, but sometimes Sky don't say it's like a six rounder. They don't. Sometimes they don't put the opponent like and fully announce it on the Sky thing. If you get what I
yeah,
mean.
yeah. No, I'm sure that's probably the case. So yeah, listen, I'm 100% ready, and just because I've had that time in between the Ajarko fight, and then these other fights fall through, like there wasn't a moment that I didn't stop, that I've stopped training. I've just been flat out sparring every week, and you know, I'm ready at a drop of a hat, really, to just go and do 6 to 8 rounds like that. So it's all
Yeah,
good.
ready to tear up the script then.
100%. That's kind of what I do, really. It's the only way I can do it. I'm the underdog, and I'm there to ruin everyone's dreams and what they work for. I'm coming to take it. I'm coming for it all.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. We have seen you in, close fights in the away corner when you have drew twice, arguably, they could have gone your way, could have gone the other way, close fights. But how do you really make this one convincing against a prospect like Red Johnson?
I think my pressure. I don't. He hasn't been in a real fight as far as I'm concerned. His 8-0. You know, is kind of bought, isn't it? Like in reality, if anyone knows anything about boxing, I'm sure he's a good boxer. He's strong. He's a big guy. Like he's going to be bigger than me on the day because I'm at the weight already, so I haven't got anything to cut. But we'll see how he reacts when I stick it on him and come full pelt. And I think I don't need to hide that kind of game plan because you can train and prepare for as much as that as you want. But when I'm still sticking on you 100 miles an hour in round six, we'll soon see what he's made of. So that's all I can really say about it, to be honest. Whether I get my hand raised on the night is not even something I care about. I'm just there to put on a show and have a tear up, and that's what's going to make it exciting.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. And, winner stays on.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
wow, 100%. Like, if I was to pick up a win against Prospect 8-0, then that put, especially on a big platform, again, that puts me in the mix, doesn't it? So without having to do all these home shows and, I haven't got a pretty record. It's definitely a fighter's record. But yeah, I could just all of a sudden be in line for whatever's available, Southern area and that I would be happy with, a few different weight classes. So yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
you're sort of floating up and down a bit, aren't you? Going up and down in the weights. Have you not found
Well,
the right weight for you, or is it just the opportunities that you're getting?
yeah, it's not through choices, the opportunity. So like I say, middleweight is my weight, 100%. Like, but
Was it
uh,
because the Ajarko fight was too good of an opportunity to turn down, sort of thing?
what
And you
the
had,
Agarco fight?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that wow, and also it's the only opportunity. Like, I'm not mucking around. That is the only phone call, the only message I had at the start of the year. So I couldn't, I couldn't afford to say no. And it's the same with this weight class thing. Like, yes, I'd love to be at middleweight because that's where I'd have my most advantage because it's my natural weight and I'm strong at that weight. But, if nothing's coming my way and someone offers me at light heavyweight, obviously I'm just going to take it just for the fight. So I'm not going to get
Especially when
wrapped
you're
up
not,
from.
especially when you're not getting as many opportunities and you've had fights fall through and stuff. You're just taking whatever you can gets offered to you.
I don't have the luxury of making any demands or like picking or choosing anything. All I get all I got to do is just say yes to anything that comes my way, which is what I do. Because otherwise, I'm going to fall behind and I won't get any fights. Like, it's really been a, like a crazy mind game, like just trying to secure something, let alone. So yeah, I can't be picky. Whatever comes my way, I'll take, basically.
Yeah, 100%. Are you excited to be boxing on Sky?
Yeah, of course. I'm excited for the whole event, whole event, like stadium, front of a big crowd, Sky Sports. Um, the light it being between super middle and light heavy. Although I'm giving some weight away, in reality, actually not having any kind of diet and just eating as much as I like has been quite a blessing, and I don't mind that if I'm honest. So there's always you can always got to grab a positive out of it somewhere.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, tell the fans what they can expect from you come fight night, and this could possibly there is quite a few good fights on the card, but this is one that fans should keep an eye out for.
Yeah, definitely. I think um, the kind of fight that I'm planning on having, it can steal the show. And where it being just in 6 rounds, like I say, I've got nothing to hide, no game plan, no secret game plan. He's a bigger guy. I'm there to go 100%, million miles an hour, and I'm just going to be non-stop throwing from the first bell. So, that says it all, really. Like, if it's not going to be exciting with me doing that, then I don't know what else can happen.
Yeah, you're always in a good fight, so yeah,
Yeah,
you're
that's it. I mean, maybe what I lack in boxing skill, I make up for in fight and warrior spirit. So we've all got our own, you know, our own aspects that we bring to the game, and I feel like having a good fight is always my game that I bring. So
got a good
yeah,
engine on you as well.
yeah, that's just willpower, desire to win. Like obviously I train hard, but also I've got no quit in me, and when it gets hard, that's when I excel, and I start to enjoy myself then.
Yeah, 100%. And as always, Harley, I'll let you thank the usual people who were helping you and supporting you on your journey at the moment.
Yeah, no, definitely. Thanks out to my management, House of Pain, Danny Rueg, and my coach Jacob Emelian and Gennady Gordienko, and yeah, all my friends that are supporting me, and Elmer's Court actually they supply my membership for my training as a big help. So yeah, other than that, I'm just ready to get to it really, and hopefully some big things will come out of this. So
Yeah, 100% they will, mate. And from me, as always, I appreciate your time and good luck with the fight next weekend. I wish you all the best.
thanks, Sam. Nice to speak to you again, mate.
Thank you, Harley. Good luck.
Cheers, pal. Bye bye.